Hello, and welcome to Rose Play, Season 22, Episode 96. As always, I'm your host, Aurian MoonRose, and today we'll be continuing Let's Play of Final Fantasy XVI on the Final Fantasy difficulty. So last time, we saw poor Theodore defend and die for his honor, and now we're trying to help Isabel. Is it Isabel?
At the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
But she couldn't make head of the Duke of Oriflamme and thinks that we can do something better. I don't know what we're supposed to do, but we'll see. We shall see what we can do, or can't do.
Oh, sorry.
And maybe gain a level while we're at it.
You're the dame's man, aren't you?
Yes.
You got some business with the captain?
No, actually.
With the Duke.
I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Thank you.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison.
Yes.
The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me,
Oh?
is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Maybe favor if it's to stop doing what you're
I thought only
doing.
to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant.
No.
You needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared.
Right, but they can defend themselves. We don't need...
Oriflamme or Twinside.
Okay, and if those two places are places you name, why do you think Northreach is going to be any different?
Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle,
Why don't you just take the
only build
castle?
a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction.
Yeah, I don't think the people are going to like that.
Shall learn that
I mean,
they are no match
the dame
for
definitely
might of
doesn't.
Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command.
Out.
Sanbreque is to be rebuilt. She will require a functioning government. One
Maybe
whose
you need a
authority
new
is
government that
beyond
isn't going to be
question.
as...
That is why
dickish
this
as the
levy
last
is
one.
necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
Well, don't you if you're going to turn this into a garrison?
Suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Exactly.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine,
Okay.
we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in your
But
own
without
terrible
citizens, there is no
Is that
empire.
what Riga wills for her people?
Do not
I
take
mean,
her
see, it goes both ways.
I'll come back later.
He's like, someone else is trying to defend this. I'm
Citizens
out.
revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose.
I'm betting it's gonna be split.
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Alright.
Oh,
As long as you
thank
remain,
Grieger.
the veil will see to
Embarrassing
your
yourself.
needs.
You're embarrassing yourself. Am I now?
You needn't fret. The creatures have been...
For now. You don't realize how easily they can come back.
Ghosts at the gates not days ago.
This isn't the old world.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much.
I was gonna say, sounded it.
It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they?
No.
He's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Don't forget the feathers. Never forget the feathers.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Yeah. A boot that.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the man over.
Is that me?
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started.
I'll try not to.
Yourself somewhere earning for some noble to turn up and tell you got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours.
Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Let's find out. I feel like it's a double-edged sword there. We're gonna go for the one down here first, then. I feel like the other two are back in that little area.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Isn't this a town person, not a soldier?
He's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders
Yeah.
might not like having the screws put on them. But if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected.
Or you
And
can
if that
protect
means
yourself.
People who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do. Well, that's just how it goes.
I'm gonna have to go the other way, aren't I? Yep, I was gonna say, which means I think this guy's first.
Everything in the capital.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
I
On
was.
Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie.
Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife.
I mean, I'll give you that. You're at least got the right idea.
The equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards. I don't care how he does it.
I mean, okay, I'll give you a pass. You're doing it for family. Respect. A serious soldier.
The Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence is law.
I don't think there is any Emperor left, unless you count Dion.
Empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Seems like Philippe is not in a good mood. Wait a tick. Could I have... Oh, I could have gone that way. Wait, where did you go? Oh, there you are. I was like, where did you go?
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it?
It was, thank you. Well, thank you for giving me your time, and you're welcome.
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
The Dame especially.
I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now.
Oh?
Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how.
Interesting.
Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
Of course. What did I help him figure out?
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Yeah, I didn't leave town, though. So, report back to Isabella. I'm a big fan of that name, just because of how you can say it. Isabella. Ooh.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare?
Fairly
Were you able
well.
to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
But it didn't quite go the way it was supposed to.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
It may be. Felipe, you aren't in your, yeah.
I handed it in, along with
Oh.
my resignation. Told the lads I wished them
I think you
well.
look better that way. You kind of remind me of
To those I
Cloud
love to call it a day.
Why?
for his love of you
Because I realize what really matters to me.
and the
Not
town,
following some
people.
nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet.
Exactly,
When they
that's what
do
I've been
come back,
saying.
we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, my lady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no
Ah,
point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
I agree.
All of us standing together. That has
It's
always
plausible.
been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp.
So now you're not going to give
We
up?
have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you,
The
Philippe.
Akeshik or the Duke?
Nothing for you, my lady.
Or both?
Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet.
Hopefully.
Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands.
Maybe.
But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again.
If you do, you know where I'll be.
Until then, Clive.
Is that it? No battles? Wow. That, went a little different than I expected. But, not gonna say I don't... Oh, is that a level? Woo! Dang. HP went up quite a bit. I mean, the rest kind of didn't. Kind of went up by 2 again. But hey! Going up is going up, and I'm not gonna... Alright, so, I guess we can actually continue. Wow, dang. Let's go! Let's visit the infirmary.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Oh, Joshua is there.
Better than I was.
Come back to me, then.
Nearly
I thought
as
he
well as you
did.
should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was
That's
the
true.
womb of darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Yeah.
You underestimate yourself.
Okay, he might have, but he was definitely toying.
Established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken.
No, you're right, he did.
I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
And that's why he disappeared. The crystalline domain. Okay, so we're back to Dion, I'm assuming. Nameless slum. Oh, I like. So someone's taking care of him. Because I doubt he, did that.
is this place?
Yep, I was right. Oh, it's the flower girl. Or medicine girl? I might be getting Final Fantasy... Medicine girl. I'm getting Final Fantasy VII's Aerith messed up with her. Aww. Run into her so much lately.
Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place.
Yeah.
I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The lanterns are beautiful. I can see why they do that. If anything, it honors the past.
The fiend works from the shadows.
I mean, yeah, he kind of
Was it
has.
you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Okay, but why don't you get better first for the
nicely.
medicine girl?
It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Aw. You've got a good heart, little lady.
You're going then?
I guess so.
Of
Can't wait till
course.
morning.
I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Hopefully. Oh, this can't be good. It's just an ill wind, or,
It would seem that I owe you my wings.
Interesting.
Perhaps he can find an answer.
I mean, it looks like he's trying at the very least.
Returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
Yes.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you.
Never
You
does.
will take your medicine.
Oh, I'll make sure of it.
Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise.
Hopefully he
Depends
can
on
then.
where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Probably.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsmen. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Maybe.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Why would he not? A new missive has been delivered to Clive's chambers. But I think we'll save that for next time. Ooh! And we got a hunt board too. All right, so we have 2 things that we have to do next episode. All right, well, at least we were able to do something with this mission finally. But we didn't get too far, did we? That's fine. We did gain a level, and I am happy about that. So we will go ahead and leave it here. And when we come back, we will go read the letter, hopefully do the hunt, and then talk to Ninetales to go to Ash. But until then, remember, keep gaming. Never give up. And sometimes the best medicine comes from a medicine girl.